Be honest, how many absolute gold moments live in your podcast archives, just collecting digital dust because you simply do not have the time to properly clip them all? If you have ever spent more time adding captions to a 30-second clip than it took to record the entire original episode, then you know exactly why this conversation is essential. I want to walk you through my entire process for turning those sprawling long episodes into those attention-grabbing short clips that actually stop the scroll. We'll touch upon my brief experience working with talented freelance editors and, more importantly, how I transitioned to a much smarter automated approach that truly funnels the right people back to your main content. But before we dive into solutions, we must first address why so many dedicated podcasters give up on repurposing before they ever gain meaningful momentum. Everyone in the industry acknowledges that short-form content is incredibly powerful, but executing it consistently feels absolutely exhausting. You are already managing guest outreach, episode prep, recording sessions, and final posting, and now someone expects you to suddenly master the art of short-form editing on top of all that. Between meticulously trimming audio, designing custom captions, selecting the perfect hook, formatting everything vertically, and experimenting with trending sound, it quickly transforms into a demanding second full-time job. Tragically, this is the precise point where the majority of brilliant creators simply run out of the necessary creative steam to continue the push. The good news is that you absolutely do not have to navigate this entire challenging landscape all by yourself. You have the power to get capable assistance, either by strategically hiring a skilled editor, or by implementing smarter tools that drastically reduce the most tedious grunt work. I initially started by hiring editors on popular marketplaces because a truly skilled human can bring invaluable taste, essential trend sense, and make a clip feel perfectly native to TikTok, Reels, or Shorts. However, this human route comes with necessary trade-offs, specifically concerning cost, turnaround reliability, and the constant back and forth required to perfectly communicate your exact vision. That difficulty is precisely why I began testing AI-first solutions designed to automate the most repetitive production elements while still allowing me to maintain full creative oversight. Now let's clearly break down what truly matters when you want short clips that successfully drive engaged listeners back to your full-length episode, whether you are briefing a person or instructing a tool. Number 1. You must provide clear visual benchmarks so everyone understands the required vibe, pacing, and text style you are specifically after. Saving direct links to creators whose short-form work you admire makes communication significantly easier and saves you countless hours of vague feedback. Second, you need to decide definitively how you plan to handle background music and audio embellishments for the final cut. I personally instructed my first editor not to add any background music, which allowed me to later leverage trending sounds for that potential viral audio boost. If capitalizing on trending audio isn't your core strategy, then clearly ask for high-quality royalty-free music and precisely define the required vibe like light, punchy, or cinematic. A pro tip that instantly makes things feel more premium is to include small sound effects, like camera flashes for transitions or subtle icon pops, even if you skip main background music. Third, be absolutely precise about the required aspect ratio and overall formatting, since your main podcast is horizontal but short-form demands vertical presentation. Instead of simply dumping the entire long episode into the editor's lap, it is much smarter to pre-select segments and manually convert them to the vertical crop first to save on external costs. Fourth, the tightness of the edit is paramount, as I am relaxed about filler words and long form, but demand punchy delivery for every single short clip. I specifically requested the removal of all ums and excessively long pauses, accompanied by the strategic use of dynamic zooms and quick cuts on every impactful line of dialogue. Captions, by the way, are completely non-negotiable, so always ask for clear burnt-in text using a highly readable font that works well on mobile devices. A great personal preference is rhythmic text, where the words land perfectly in cadence with the audio, so clearly state your preferred caption pacing up front. To prevent unnecessary scrambling mid-project, maintain a dedicated, organized folder containing all your necessary B-roll, logos, and final thumbnail artwork assets. When searching for that initial editor, I performed the standard steps, checked reviews, compared pricing structures, and watched every single available portfolio example. A fast way to judge genuine fit is by observing the speed of their communication and the quality of the clarifying questions they immediately ask you about the project. While good editors absolutely deserve their higher rate, coordinating multiple people, reviewing endless iterations, and managing delivery schedules can easily consume hours from your valuable week. And that is exactly the critical juncture where implementing a powerful AI platform, like the one we are discussing, begins to make significant, tangible sense. Let's be completely transparent about the pros and cons so you can make the best, most informed choice for your specific content volume needs. Freelance human editors offer incredible flexibility and creativity, but they often come with a higher cost per clip and that variable turnaround time we mentioned. Other single-feature AI tools can be limiting, perhaps only doing captions well, or merely trimming silence, but they usually fail to actually locate the genuinely viral-sounding moments. You will also encounter subscription tools that are both expensive monthly and provide severely limited output, often paired with a clunky user experience that slows down your momentum. Our featured solution stands out because it is engineered to handle the entire clip creation lifecycle, from initial moment identification to final scheduling. It proactively finds those high-impact moments that human eyes often completely miss, applies all necessary platform-friendly formatting instantly, and integrates scheduling directly into one central content calendar. This robust system means fewer tedious one-off tasks, far fewer vendor relationships to constantly juggle, and ultimately, a much more consistent and reliable posting schedule for your audience. Crucially, this powerful automation does not restrict you. You always maintain creative control to swap in custom B-roll or slightly tweak the AI-generated titles. For my personal workflow, I have adopted a powerful hybrid approach that utilizes the best aspects of both human nuance and machine scale. I still rely on a human editor for those massive, high-stakes clips where subtle branding or deep narrative complexity is absolutely paramount. But for the weekly bulk repurposing, those 8 to 12 essential shorts from every single episode, the automated system handles the vast majority of the heavy lifting with precision. The system automatically selects the likely viral soundbites, generates initial captions, which I then refine for precise tone, converts them vertically, and queues them up perfectly in the calendar. This powerful combination ultimately cut my personal weekly editing and coordination time by more than half, while significantly increasing the total clip throughput without sacrificing any perceived quality. To summarize a few practical tips for briefing either a person or an AI effectively, always provide those clear benchmarks right at the beginning of the project. Next, clearly state your audio preference, whether you want trending audio leveraged or a clean slate with no background music whatsoever. Whenever possible, the best results come from pre-selecting or providing exact timestamps for those candidate clips you believe have the most potential. Be very specific about that crucial caption style, including the font choice, the visual effect, and the exact word pacing that aligns with your brand's rhythm. Remember to bundle all necessary supplemental files like logos and B-roll into one easily accessible shared folder to eliminate mid-project asset requests. Finally, it helps to be explicit about the edits you absolutely do not want, such as keeping certain pauses for natural comedic timing or avoiding specific types of cuts. The more detail and specificity you provide in your initial communication, the fewer agonizing revisions you will inevitably need to manage later on. If you are thinking about trying this new tool, I highly recommend starting small by letting the AI suggest clips from just one of your recent full episodes. Then take a moment to thoroughly compare what the system automatically finds against the very moments you would have selected yourself for comparison. You will likely be quite surprised at just how many powerful micro moments are often buried deep within those long, dense conversations. And even if you already utilize freelance editors, you can route the system's intelligent suggestions directly to them as pre-vetted cuts to save them significant time. Ultimately, the core objective remains the same: putting your unique podcast content in front of the precise audience, in the ideal format, on all the relevant platforms without leading to creator burnout. Whether you choose to hire an expert human, rely on smart automation, or confidently blend both methodologies, the vital part is making your short-form posting routine truly sustainable long-term. For my personal operation, achieving that sweet spot has been found by automating the repetitive technical tasks while reserving the human touch for the truly special high-impact creative pieces. I will leave you with this final thought. Do not let the fear of creating an imperfect initial clip prevent you from taking action and simply starting the process. Start small this week. Pick just 3 candidate clips from your most recent episode, test out the new tool or a short-term editor, and actively monitor what your viewers respond to best. If even one of those small clips successfully brings a brand new listener back to your full episode, I guarantee you that you have already achieved a significant win for your show. And if you are looking for an immediate head start on this entire process, the right platform makes it incredibly easy to scale that system so you can focus only on what only you can do, which is making amazing conversations. If you are interested, I can easily walk you through a sample brief for a human editor and show you the exact same brief translated into inputs friendly for the AI tool. Alternatively, I can show detailed examples of the specific titles, caption pacing, and sound choices that have personally helped me measurably increase my audience click-through rates. Either way, the most important directive is to not let your best, most insightful moments sit unused in your archives because there is an audience waiting right now to hear them. The right proven system will be the key that finally helps your best content find the people who need to hear it most.